what's your name?
Lillie Alvarado.
Lillie Alvarado, and...
I'm her dad. My name is Daryl McLendon.
Okay. Good to meet you both. What grade are you in or going into in the fall?
My junior year.
So you're going in 11th grade, junior year. Okay. Are you excited?
Nervous.
Nervous? Why?
Because I'm almost about to be done.
Yeah. You're almost about to be done. Does that make you nervous?
No.
No?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it over with? Yeah. So do you go to East?
No.
No, what school do you go to?
Cheney High School.
Cheney, okay. So what kind of classes have you been taking in Cheney? What subjects interest you?
Anatomy.
Anatomy,
Yeah.
okay. What about it specifically?
I want to work in the medical field, so I like anything that has to do with stuff like that.
Okay. How do you feel about her interest in anatomy? Do you know where that came from, or just kind of?
Her mom do work like that.
Oh, okay.
My mom's side of the family does a lot of like
Home health care.
Yeah.
She take care of older people.
Okay,
That's
home
where I
health
believe
care.
That's where I believe it came from.
Okay, that's cool. So what about the health fields kind of inspired you to take a harder look at anatomy?
I don't know. It just seems something different. I don't know. I just like it.
Okay.
I think I want to help people.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
What's the most interesting thing you've learned thus far?
how to cut open pigs.
Okay.
Well, it's not just pigs, but it's supposed to be how to cut open a person and like know the difference, not how to hurt somebody or kill somebody.
Mm-hmm. That's actually quite that's fascinating, and I'm actually very inspired to learn that that's one thing that's really made an impression on you. Has she taught you anything about anatomy or any of no?
1976. Here I graduated.
Okay.
It was typewriter with none of this.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I have no clue.
Well, see, this is a good opportunity for you. Now you can teach him about some of the things that you're learning.
I try to show
them.
Yeah. What do you do for work?
What do for work? I work at a juvenile place. It's called Safe House.
Safe House.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're working with kids essentially.
Trauma kids.
Trauma kids.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of issues.
Yeah. Bless you for that. That's a hard line of work.
Oh.
But I can see that like the wanting to help people. Clearly, that's okay. Daryl has to take an important call, everybody. That is the most important call to take. Do you feel like you've learned like that wanting to help people?
Yeah, my mom.
From your mom?
Yeah, because my dad he works with kids. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I get irritated fast. But what my mom does, I want to do that. And if I don't, the job I want to be is an anesthesiologist.
Anesthesiologist.
Yep, that's the job I want. And if that don't work, then I'm just gonna go down the ladder of medical people.
See, that's why I'm sitting back. No matter, I'm just being honest. But now I came out of school with typewriters.
Yeah.
But none of this. I don't even know how to work myself.
Well,
I'm sitting back. You wonder why I'm sitting back?
Did you know she wanted to be an anesthesiologist?
Okay. What do that mean?
Teach us, please. Yeah.
You know when you go into surgery and people, when I got my eye surgery and they put the thing over my face, for me to go to sleep. Yeah.
She'll knock you out.
They did that to me when I had heart.
Yep.
I had heart attack.
Yep. When they put the thing over your face and you go to sleep. You gotta be careful.
You gotta break that. You gotta break stuff down to me. Then I get it. You throw a word out and I'm not gonna get it. I'm just being honest.
No, that's fine.
You don't know, you don't know.
That's right. Well, one thing that I'm definitely picking up on, and Lily, you said it yourself, like, both of your parents help people in their line of work, and, I can't think of any better calling than doing work in service of other people. So I actually live, unrelated, but kind of related, I actually live across the street from an anesthesiologist.
Really? That's good.
She does really well for herself. So that is... Yeah. House, a car, a dog. I mean, you can make a really great life for yourself following that line of work. One of the things that we're looking to do with School of You is to learn about who you are and your stories, and from not just the student but the parent as well. And how do you make this best version of yourself, right? So you want to go into the medical field, and you're going to be a junior, and that's really the time where you need to start looking at that with a hard lens. And have you given any thought to what comes after high school? Like, have you started looking at college?
I already know the college I want to go to.
Which one is it?
It's Howard University. It's not an all black college, but the majority. And
historically black college.
And then I think it's in Washington.
That's where it's at.
But I went to a school trip like in 8th grade, and ever since then I've been telling my mom and dad I want to go to that college.
Okay. That's great. So you've been down there once?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like another trip is in store. Summer trip. How do you feel about like so you have this interest in anatomy? Have your teachers really helped you with that? Talk to me a little bit about how they've supported your learning there.
Well, my teacher, Mr. Craycraft, that was my teacher for anatomy. And when I first got to class, it was like I don't know about cutting like things open and looking at hearts and stuff like that, but he made it seem fun. And then once he knew that I wanted to go in the field, then he showed me things like online that I could do by myself to like make me get it more. So he helped a lot.
So when she's at home and you see her on the computer watching gross anatomy videos on YouTube, don't think wrong. Like, she's doing some learning. But that's what's really great about your ambition, is that you're able to take that outside of the classroom too. I have a parent who spent her entire career in the health field. She dealt with folks that it's called geropsychology. So she worked with adults that were senior citizens. They had significant cognitive loss, so they didn't even know who they were or what day it was, and that work is really hard. So you chose a good one with anesthesiology. You have a very specific goal. You need to tend to these people, and everything that you do to kind of get them to be knocked out is based on the profile of their health, and it's fascinating. Is there any other aspects of health that interest you that you could go into, or?
A surgeon.
Surgeon?
Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, if I don't become an anesthesiologist, but I know I am. So I'm just go down the ladder and whatever.
What if you looked at it from you climb up the ladder?
Well, that would be a lot of school.
Well, you have to be a doctor to be an anesthesiologist.
I know. That's why I want to start right after high school so I can buy my 30s. They said it's supposed to be by your 30s.
Sorry, Dad, you're not retiring anytime soon. But you know what? If she's an MD, by the time you're ready to retire, and she'll be ready to take care of you. She'll know exactly what to do. You'll have built-in health care.
Our mom do that.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
My
So
mom does it too.
yeah, so yeah, it's cyclical. Yeah. What do your friends think about your interest in anatomy? Do they share your interest, or?
Most people think it's weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, like, why do you want to do that?
Okay.
But I don't know. I think because it runs in my mom's side of the family that I always wanted to try it or see if I liked it. But they don't like that. They don't like seeing stuff like that.
Yeah. Dad, how have what do you want to see for herself after graduation? Yeah.
I would like her to go to college and be able to take care of herself.
Yeah.
Basically, she already got to go, but it's up to her.
Right.
It's, I always tell her that.
Yeah. Good on you for having that goal so early. I knew I was going to be a designer when I was 11. So, I had all of my high school years to build up to that, to the point where when I got to college, I knew more than everyone else in some respects, and you may find yourself in a similar situation.
But did you have both parents in the home?
I did.
That helps a lot.
It does. It absolutely does.
Because when I grew up, all I had was my mother.
Right.
I mean, she did a good job, but looking back on it, a dad would have made a difference. Because I did make some mistakes before I got on the right track.
For sure.
Oh, like I told you, I'm still scared in the office. I ain't been in the office since 1976.
Right.
So I was definitely in the office all the time. I was just running off the wrong people.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know.
But you got it out of your system, and you got back on track, and
back on track.
Yeah.
Them years ago.
Yeah.
I don't forget though.
You know, I'm glad to. I mean, I'm sorry you had to experience that, but
Not the best teacher. You can tell someone, but you got to go through it. I can tell you, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
You got to go. That the best teacher is go through it yourself.
Yeah, and
My opinion, anyway.
No, you're definitely right. You have to experience, life for yourself. That life is the best teacher, is it not? And you learn what you can do, what you can't do, what you should and shouldn't do.
The moment you live, like I gotta tell her, you going. Everybody get knocked down.
Yeah.
At one point in life, you can't stay down.
Right.
You might knock me down, but I got to get up. You get knocked down, you stay down. I mean, you're giving up. You can't do that. You got to get up.
So, how many times have you heard him say that?
A lot.
A lot? Well, I'll tell you what, it bears repeating, and you should listen.
It happens though.
Yeah.
Even with us, things, even we get older, things happen like, wow, it ain't going my way. Well, I just got to try another way. It never stops.
No.
How old you get.
No, it really doesn't. No, learning is forever.
I learn from her every day.
What do you learn?
I mean, just certain things she'll bring up a certain word. I'm like, what that mean? She'll explain it to me,
So it works both ways, which is great. She's teaching you things, you're teaching her things, and every opportunity offers a moment to teach and learn. And I can't think of a better sort of relationship in that respect. So. You're going to go to school. You're going to be an anesthesiologist someday. You're going to work hard and spend 8 years in school. And do you think that, that Youngstown City Schools has, done their best to prepare you for that? Kind of?
Yeah, I feel like school should be like, because you know how I want to be an anesthesiologist. So I feel like classes should be based on what you want to do. Not your freshman year, but when it's your sophomore year, then you should kind of know like what you want to do, and then they should have classes like that. Because some people are in classes that they don't like, or they don't, I don't know.
Right.
Required to take.
They're required to take,
they're required to take, but I feel like it should be classes that they like, that go into the job field that they want. Sure. So, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's less of a comment on Youngstown City Schools and just more about just learning in general, because how this school district is set up is similar to others. So I know exactly what you mean. So when I was in high school, I wanted to take like classes in graphic design, but they weren't offered. So I had to find my own path to learn the things that I was passionate about, similar to what you're experiencing. Fortunately for you, you've got some teachers that are motivated to help you, and
Yeah, because there's not many classes that's like that.
Right.
For the medical field, like anatomy and chemistry, but I haven't took that yet.
Yeah, the health sciences, it's kind of hard to introduce that at the high school level. I don't know if one day there will be like VOTEC specific programs for that. But I would definitely see that changing because, the nursing field, the health services field, it's expanding and growing. So you're choosing a good industry to get into.
I mean, basically with my mom doing what I do, that's gonna happen anyway. People gonna get older, get sick.
Yep.
You know, whether you want to believe it or not, want to accept it or not, juvenile kids get locked up.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk all day, but it happens.
It does.
There ain't no way around it. I mean, I know that's how it is.
Yeah, it's one of those necessary, unfortunately necessary types of jobs. Yeah. I think that will conclude our time on the podcast here. Like I said, real short and sweet. Do you have anything that you would like to say to your underclassmen, or anything about living and learning in Youngstown in general?
I mean, don't think about just staying in Youngstown. Try to think about making it out.
Okay.
And don't make your goals small. Try to make them bigger.
Okay.
And I could help you in life. You can do things that you probably wouldn't think you could do.
Make it happen and make it big.
Yep.
Basically, and get out of Youngstown and see the world, and then
It's a whole big world.
maybe come back and bring what you've learned. And
I don't expect to come back.
well, no, yeah.
I don't
You're,
Come
no,
back, but not to
Yeah.
live.
you're gonna go. Yeah. You can
Don't
come
come
back to
back.
visit. Yeah. No, you're gonna go to a good school in a different area, and you're gonna be like, wow, this place is pretty cool. I think I'll hang out for a
It's a
while.
big world out there.
Absolutely, and good on you for having parents that support you and teachers that support you in your goals. So maybe in a couple of years we'll check in with you and see what you're up to. We'll do the College of You podcast. Hey everyone, this is RJ Thompson. Thank you for tuning in to the School of You podcast, presented to you by Turning Technologies, YSU OEA, and Youngstown City School District. To learn more about the School of You, go to YCSD.org. That's Youngstown City School District website, YCSD.org. Thanks for tuning in.